Morning, everybody. I am Tracy Sigler. I'm going to be working with you during this 8-week session on this ethical leadership and organizational behavior course. I am currently a department chair for leadership studies on campus. I was previously in the business school, so I've taught this course many times, but now that I'm a department chair, I have to wear my uniform all the time. So it's for the cadets. It's for my position while the cadets are on campus, but I've worked with a lot of graduate students. So welcome to the course. This is your one required course about people in the MBA. If you'd like to have more courses on leadership for your electives, you come over and see us in leadership studies. So if you click on course information or click on the module over here, we've got a starting point on ethical leadership and organizational behavior. So you have a little bit of a background on me. Syllabus, the textbook we're using is open source, so it's free. You just go online and find it. Basically, every week you'll have one module that has a discussion board, an individual assignment, and a journal where you will reflect on one of the characteristics of principled leaders as defined by the Citadel. More information on me, office hours. Email's the best way to get me. Here is the syllabus and just an overview of the course. There are 4 different kinds of assignments. So again, every week you do a discussion board, a written assignment, and a journal. And then at the end of this session, you do a final case analysis where you're trying to apply everything that you've learned. Here are the Citadel characteristics of principled leadership, and these are based on a model of servant leadership. So you'll spend time each week reflecting on and learning about and reflecting on your own use of these characteristics. And then there's some information on technical skills, where to get help. So I want to jump into Module 1, give you a little bit of an overview. Oh, looks like I did not change the dates right there. So I will get in and do that. So the first module is on the introduction to the course, and then chapter on managing diversity. So what is organizational behavior and how do you manage diversity so that everybody feels included? I talk about this in an elective I teach as leading inclusively. How do you create an environment where everyone feels included and valued? Okay, so the specific materials for this week, you're going to be looking at the first 2 chapters of your textbook. Again, that's free online. And then for the journal topic of this week, we've got 2 different articles and a short video to help you think through what humility looks like. You're going to introduce yourself in a discussion board, complete a written assignment, and then complete a journal. So 1, introduce yourself. In general, we're going to ask that discussion boards have an original post by everybody by Wednesday. This week, as you're getting started, you might need a little extra time, and that's okay. So here I'm going to ask you to make a video of yourself, introduce yourself, and then tell us 2 truths and a lie, and then we'll try to guess which is the lie. Whoop, somebody already got one out there for us. Your first written assignment is on examining implicit bias. So a couple activities here for you to experience and reflect on that experience in your learning. So 1 is the Sam Powers case. I don't need your answers, but go through it, try to answer the questions, and see what you come up with. 2 is to take one of the implicit association tests through Harvard, which you may have done in the past. Again, I don't need your results, but it's an experience for you to go through and answer the questions. Ask yourself, this is for the Sam Powers case, so reflect on, what was your reasoning, what led you, what assumptions did you make? That's really what we're looking at. Assumptions or associations and words that might have impacted your choice. You do not have to submit the answers to number 3. Do submit the answers to number 4, reflecting on these experiences, and then you're reading from chapter 2, What is your reaction? How might biases influence people? What can organizations do about bias? And what personal learning occurred for you? So target a response of at least 750 words. And remember, so what I'm trying to do with the assignments is assess your knowledge of and understanding of the readings and the activities to take you to the learning outcomes that we're trying to accomplish for this module. So when you respond to any written assignment or discussion board, be sure, except the first week, be sure that you're using specific concepts and demonstrating in your response that you have read and you have understood and you are able to apply the different concepts that we are talking about. So usually the discussion board will be more than introduce yourself. And then the first journal, so both the written assignment and the journal only come to me. The discussion board is obviously public. So this is a time for you to reflect on your own behavior and think about your own leadership, where you are now, where you want to go. So it is a journal, but you should still use your professional writing, capitalize the first word, use complete sentences. So this first prompt is kind of wide open. So here's the definition. So I always give you the definition of the characteristic: viewing one's own strengths and weaknesses in a balanced perspective that recognizes the abilities of others and invites their contribution. Okay. So your charge here is to evaluate yourself as a good example of a humble leader. So do you think you're a humble leader? Why? Tell me specific examples. Refer back to the readings or the video. How did that make you think? How does that inform your response? So again, be sure that you are using the course materials and citing them back. Again, shoot for a 750 word minimum. So that is week 1. Let me know if you have questions as you get started. Every week basically has the same format with the same 3 types of assignments, and the only change is the content. So I look forward to getting to know you all. Have a good week.